Welcome to another edition of Entrepreneurs and Fuego. Man, I'm just delighted to have my main man, motivational speaker, a Renaissance man. You do it all, man. You do it all. Sydney Adams is in the house, and yes. I am so proud to have my brother from another mother.
You.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. How you doing?
All right.
Sydney, I tell you what, man. I pump you up so much, man, because I tell people, I says, you know, we have to have Sydney for this event. We have to have Sydney for this other event. And he's got to open the show because Sydney, when he opens his mouth, man, it's just the world catches fire.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I try to make magic happen always.
You do. You do.
Absolutely.
And I remember we had a workshop or something that we had over here. And I said, I got to get my man Sydney to kind of open it up. And I'm going to give him just 1 minute. And he's going to light up this room on fire. And you did, man. You did. You're a great motivational speaker.
Well,
where did you get that? When did you know? Were you little running around, just going around and just giving people this motivational speeches?
Well,
how the hell did that happen?
Wow. I mean, it happened back in elementary school. Matter of fact, I had an elementary teacher tell me, Sydney, you will never be no one in life the way you speak and the way you pronunciate your words. And that happened in 5th grade. And man, that right there, sometimes in life, that fuel the fire in you. And I said, I will never let someone tell me what I can't be in life, okay?
Amen.
So man, I'd have spoke in front of 10 to 15 to 20,000 people in the audience, okay? I'm like that bumblebee, I just keep flying. I'm not stopping at anything.
Tell me how it is, my man. So, all right, so somebody tells you, hey, you can't do this. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna amount to anything.
Right.
That fuels your fire.
That fuels my fire right there because I believe I'm like a raindrop that falls on the sill of a door. I'm gonna keep on rolling around that sill of that door until I find my way in, but nobody ain't gonna stop me. My success is within inside my success, okay? That's what I do. I wake up the inner person in people. I get you fired up. I get you living again.
You do?
You know, because life throws dirt up on top of you, and sometimes you feel like, man, I might as well just settle. I'm doing this right now. I might as well just... This is what I'm going to end up doing. No, I believe everyone is made for a purpose. Until you find your purpose, that's the beauty right there. When you find it, no one can stop you.
You find your purpose and you figure, hey, I can do something
That's
with
right.
my words.
Absolutely.
And I can move people's emotions with my words.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you remember your first presentation? Do you remember the first time you got in front of an audience?
It's so funny that you say that. Matter of fact, my mother grew... my family, my mom and dad, we a tight-knit family. I grew up in church. And man, I think almost every little kid, man, when I was growing up, we had to do them Easter speeches. And man, them Easter speeches is the ones that, oh my goodness, man, my heart was beating fast. And you might only had to say 3 lines, but it's like, oh my goodness, you frigid. And so man, that's what really kind of broke me in. And then I started playing the trumpet, and I always was up in front of people performing and things like that. So man, I just got used to the crowd, used to the audience and everything. And now, man, you put people in front of me, I'm ready to go.
You've never met a microphone you didn't like?
Never at all.
In fact, you don't need a microphone. All right. So how do you find? I know that so you were at church and you're speaking in front of the church and everything else. And so when did you find out that you can make a living?
I always, when I was in college,
Yeah.
I started going around to all the universities.
What college
I went
you went to? What college?
Wichita State University. I'm from Wichita, Kansas.
There you go.
Okay, where the Tin Man and the Lion and all them characters is at. Okay, Tornado Alley, okay. All right.
That's what I remember. I don't remember no lie. I remember the tornadoes just flying, all those mobile parks, boom, just going up in the air, man.
Absolutely. And so, man, I started speaking around at different campuses.
Yeah.
And then when I graduated from college, I came on board with a big major corporation, and man, they always use me for my speaking ability at big conferences and stuff. They're like, Sydney, you can fire people up. We're going to use you for this. So, man, finally, one of the companies, they filed bankruptcy. And then one day I sit back. I said, you know what? I said, instead of making everyone else millions of dollars off the gift that God have given me, why not step out like a Les Brown, Tony Robbins.
Sure.
I mean, so man, I stepped out there and I haven't never looked back since. I've been enjoying the journey the whole way.
Do you remember the first person that came up to you and said, you know what, Sidney? Thank you, man. You inspired me. You moved me. I was going down this path, but after hearing you speak, something clicked. Something changed.
Absolutely. And man, I'm glad that you said that, because that's the biggest blessing that I get is when my phone rings and somebody say, Sidney, hey, I took what you said and I used it, and this is the results that I got. I remember that time. It was a single mom, and man, she was having a tough time. She was trying to juggle all these hats, and I gave her some steps to do, and man, she said, I implemented your steps. And once she implemented the steps, she called me up. She said, Sidney, I done bought a new car. I got a new job. My mindset is different. I think different now, just off of what you said, okay? So man, that was just beautiful feeling. That's the biggest thing. I just love to see people. When I look across and see somebody that I had a helping hand with, that just makes me just excited.
Do you find that sometimes it's just maybe a word? Let's say you're speaking for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but sometimes it's just a word or just a phrase or something that you said that it just cuts somebody.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, like the single mom, she always tell me all the time is that I remember that phrase that you said, Sidney, is that, the automobile man was really wise person, because every day when you get behind the wheel of your car, you have a windshield and you have a rear view mirror. And every day he tells you it's more important to see where you're going than where you came from. And she said, man, when you told me that, I stopped looking back and I started looking in my destination.
Nice.
Are you fired up right now?
I am fired up right now, man. Because, I tell you what, Sidney. See, what happens is that people listening to you right now,
right?
And we're here with Sidney Adams,
all right,
motivational speaker, a Renaissance man.
Yes.
And people that are watching this thing, they're going to go, you know what? Just that word, just what he said right now is just firing me up. It's just changing my attitude. And it's all about attitude, right?
Absolutely. That's what it's about.
And
it's
so
about
what you're trying to do when you speak in front of a crowd is to change people's attitudes.
Absolutely.
Because you have it there, right?
Yes,
everything is right in here.
That's right.
But it's just the way that you perceive it, isn't it?
There you go. Absolutely. And I always tell a story. I always tell this story of a little kid out on the playground, and he was a little kid and he loved baseball, and his imagination was something. He said, I'm gonna just pretend like I'm in the World Series. You know how we get when we're a little kid, okay? And man, he started focusing on, he said, I'm gonna just think that I'm the last batter up and it's up to me to win the World Series. Yeah. And man, he picked the ball up and he threw it up in the air and he swung the back and he said, and he heard the ref say, strike one. And he said, oh my goodness, the little kid got to kind of sweating. And man, he could visualize the crowd up in the audience. I was saying, you got to hit this ball out the park. He picked that ball up, he threw it up in there. He said, strike two. That little kid, he bent his head and he's like, I got to hit this ball out the ballpark or I'm not going to lose the World Series. He picked the ball up, he picked it up, he threw it up in there. He said, whew, and the ball said, and he heard the ump say, strike three. And then the little kid looked down and he looked up and he said, I'm going to be the greatest pitcher in the world. It's his mindset.
He just changed his whole frame of mind.
That's what I'm saying right there. Absolutely. It's the mindset. It's all about the mindset.
If you fail at something, it doesn't mean that you're a failure.
That's
it means
right.
that you might have talent for something
absolutely. else. You're absolutely right. When I think back, when I first started getting into corporate, coming out of college, I remember the day when I applied for a job for like 20 times. 20 times I got looked over, 20 times, but I just kept applying. I said, I'm gonna get this position. They thought they was gonna break me because they kept telling me no. They kept telling me no. But I'm like that little kid, you tell me no, I'm gonna keep on, I'm gonna keep on, I'm gonna keep on.
Yep.
And man, on that 21st time, they gave me the promotion. And I tell people all the time, he's kind of just like that stone cutter. Okay, he can hit that stone 100 times, and on the 101 time, that stone may crack right open. It wasn't the 101 time that cracked that stone open. It was all those hits before. That's the key. That's the key in life.
You enjoy talking.
I sure do.
And I enjoy listening, man. You know what it is that to get people to understand sometimes the most complex issues that can be reduced to just your attitude, isn't
Absolutely.
it? And how you perceive that thing, and you can change that.
Oh, you can change it. I tell people all the time, live each day until you die, and don't die each day as you live. Live your
Say
life
that again.
now.
Say that again.
I said, live each day until you die,
Yeah.
and don't die each day as you live.
Yeah.
A lot of people wait until they get way up in age, and they like, man, if I could relive my life over, I would take a vacation. I would do this and this and this. Live it now. Don't wait. Live. Every morning when you wake up, you got a beautiful package to ungive.
Yeah.
To unwrap, and you unwrap it and you find out what's in it, and whatever in it, you make the best out of it. That's the key. That's the beautiful thing in life. Tell people all the time, Francisco, a bend in the road is not the end of the road unless you fail to make the turn. And that's the beauty of life. You can't fail to make the turn in life.
Can you keep talking? I mean, the whole time. You got it all fired up.
Take over.
You know what it is. We had an interview with Simeon Rice.
Right, absolutely.
And it was great. And when he talked also, there were some things that he said about never giving up.
That's right.
Never giving up, and that's the message that I'm getting from you today. Is just never give up. And that's the thing, the common thing about our entrepreneurs. It doesn't matter if you fail. Just never give up.
Never give up.
Hit that 101st time, crack that rock. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. I tell people, everybody wants the rainbows in life. Everybody wants the rainbows in life, but nobody don't want to put up with the rain. You got to put up with the rain to get the rainbows in life.
Yeah.
Okay, but everybody just wants the rainbows.
And it's okay to have a little bit of rain.
Absolutely. The rain makes
because then you appreciate.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Then you appreciate the rain.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you just got to jump off the cliff and grow wings on the way down. That's what you got to do.
I like that.
Okay, you got to jump. There's so many people sitting right there on the cliff and they're like, oh, should I do it? Should I do it? Jump. The wings will come.
Is that the best advice that you can give other entrepreneurs? Just jump and you find
your
wings on the way down.
Absolutely. That's
even
what
if you don't have
to
the
do.
wings. Sometimes the best laid out plans they don't turn out.
They don't turn out that way. Sure, absolutely, it doesn't turn out that way. And a lot of times, being an entrepreneur, once you start getting your game plan in place, look like doors will automatically open for you. When the universe feel that you are serious and got passion for what you're doing, the universe will put certain people in the right places at the right time to open up doors for you. And then when that door open up, another door open up for you. When that door open up, another door open up for you. When that door open up, another door open up. And you look back and you say, wow, I started with nothing. And look what I have now.
Is there something that you do specific? You wake up in the morning and you're like, you just start off right away? Or is there something that you do routinely that gets you fired up, that gets you going?
Yes, matter of fact, each night I read self-help book, a motivational book, okay, because I cultivate myself.
Yeah. Because
throughout the day I know I'm giving out. A lot of times people give out, but they don't never stop long enough to put back in. So when I go to bed at night and whatever motivational that I have read, see, it's in my subconscious mind. So it's just like a film projector. I go to bed at night, but soon as my eyes open up, whatever I read the last part of that night, that film projector projects.
Yeah.
Okay, and it shows me. So when my feet hit the universe, it ain't about, I ain't putting my hand on my head talking about, oh my goodness, it's another day. Oh my goodness. No, I don't do that. When my feet hit the floor, it's time to make magic happen. I'm getting ready to touch some people today.
Hey man, you know what? I'm going to stop reading National Geographic when I go to bed, because I woke up this morning with lions and tigers and shit. I'm like, wait a minute, I've been eaten by tigers and self-help books.
Absolutely,
hey, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay,
You're the
so
man.
That's what it is right there. So I'm just thrilled.
Tell you what, we're going to give you a nice, look at this one. It's an Office Pile t-shirt.
Oh,
it might
that's
not fit
beautiful.
you, but you can give it to someone.
That's all right. I can lose some weight because I'm toning now.
You are Tony, my man. Are you looking sharp? You're looking ready. You motivated us. I mean, you got us all fired
Yeah,
up.
Absolutely, no
And you're
problem.
You're gonna come back every so often, man.
I would love to come back. Okay,
You
anytime.
have to come
Hey,
back
I would love to come back. Okay,
to fire us up.
That's
Whenever we're
right.
like, oh man, my man Sydney, man, you're too much, brother.
Thanks
You're
a
too
lot.
much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sydney Adams.
Yes.
We're out.